Honorable Nathaniel Idoko, GP. And 1, Kogi State Government. 2, Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, Kogi State. 3, Olamagoro Local Government Council, Ogo. Parties absent, my lord.
What?
Parties absent, my lord.
Appearances. 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 Appearances.
Profound respect, my lord.
Very well. Can I see your face?
As God pleases.
Let me see you, Learned Counsel.
We are putting things together, my lord.
Very well, put it together. Who else is in this case?
Due respect, my lord.
Yeah.
Then, okay. Phillips Ibrahim. The network is just go. Phillips Ibrahim.
Very well. 4.
Legal officer, my lord. For the first, second, and third defendants.
Very well. Any other appearance? Neil for the claimant.
The other counsel is yes.
Neil for the claimant. Very well. Mr. Phillips.
The claimant's counsel is not in court.
Very well.
I don't know if the editor.
I believe they are aware.
My lord, it is not in court. He should be aware because we are working on his application.
Which application? Which application?
My lord, the case is for
adoption.
Sorry, he was the one that adoption of final written address.
Yes.
We are ready because he was the one that took this date. I could recall the last adoption date. That was on the 14th June.
Learned Counsel, Mr. Ibrahim, you filed.
My lord,
you filed a process titled. That's actually why I said you should come. Titled Amended Joint Statement of Defense.
Amended, yes, my lord.
Yes, is there any point in time that the court granted that application?
Yes, my lord. The court granted the application upon filing. In fact, the court had earlier given an order that the process will be filed within 24 hours, and we complied. So on the last adjourned date, it was adopted. That is why we have to set another date for the adoption of the final written address, my lord.
Okay. To amend, okay. Okay, I can see that.
Oh,
so
the
matter is for adoption today. Right. Am I correct?
Very correct, my lord.
Counsel, I may not allow you to do that today because I have so many judgments to deliver in October. If you adopt it today, it means you have to, the judgment has to be ready by October. And I have so many judgments in October.
As God pleases.
I don't know if you can write a letter adopting it in August.
As God pleases.
One to the 10 of the practice direction, you can actually write a letter adopting your final address.
As God pleases, we'll comply, my lord.
So do that maybe second week in October, in August.
Like in August.
Yes.
As God pleases.
Court registrar, check a date in August. Second week, give us a date in second week in August.
A date in second week of August. On the 10th. My Lord, the registrar is suggested on the 10th. That is
what day of the
most
week
convenient.
is on the 10th? What day of the week is on the 10th?
It's a Wednesday, my Lord.
Okay.
It's on Wednesday.
Okay. Parties are to write a simple letter adopting their respective final written addresses on the 10th of August 2022. Learned Defense Counsel is to inform claimant counsel of this date. Judgment date will be communicated to parties.
Well, thank you, my Lord. As court pleases.
Call the next case.
Case number 2, NICN LKJ 11-2020 between Mr. Abimbola Olufemi Ogunjobi and 1, Intercom Partnership Limited, 2, Engineer OA Ogunkeyede. Parties absent, my Lord.
Appearances.
May it please, my Lord.
Yes.
My name is Austin Oboni. Please appear for the claimants.
Any other appearance?
Not in open court, my Lord.
New for the defendant.
Very well, sir.
Was the defense counsel informed? Court registrar.
No, my Lord.
Wasn't informed?
Yes, my Lord.
Why?
Yes. He was informed, my Lord.
Very well. Mr. Oboni, the matter is for adoption.
Yes, my Lord. Yes, my Lord.
So you take another date for adoption.
As God pleases.
Have you both filed your final addresses?
Yes, my Lord.
I can see that of the defendant and then yours. Okay, you have actually
Yes, my
read.
Lord. Yes, my Lord. We wrote it a long time ago, sir.
Okay, so write another letter.
As God pleases.
To adopt it. What day of the week is 15th of August?
15th of August is the Monday.
Would that be convenient for you to file your final letter?
Yes, my Lord. I would have filed. Okay, I'll file on that, sir.
Very well.
Yes.
Mr. Abuni, you know the counsel, you have the details of the counsel for the defendant.
Yes, my Lord.
Kindly inform him.
As God pleases, I have his phone number, sir.
Very well. Parties are to write a simple letter adopting their final addresses on the 15th of August 2022. Learned counsel for the claimant is to be informed by counsel, sorry, is to inform the defense counsel.
As the court pleases. I'm brief, my lord.
Judgment date is to be communicated to parties. And divisional registrar, immediately that is done, send the letters to Abuja.
Yes, my lord.
Call the next case.
Case number 3, NICN LKJ 16 2021, between Mr. Ocholi Sunday Matthew and 1 Kogi State College of Education, Ankpa. 2, Registrar Kogi State College of Education, Ankpa. 3, J.A. Akuma, Principal Executive Officer 2. 4, Chairman Kogi State Pension Board, Lokoja Kogi State. Parties absent, my lord.
Appearances. Appearances. Appearances.
May you please, may you please, my lord.
Very well.
My name is Oluwafemi O Adegboyega.
Very well.
State Legal Advisor, Kogi State Ministry of Justice. I appear for the judgment debtors in this matter.
Very well. No appearance for the judgment creditor. You are not connected. There's no way the counsel on the other side can see you. But you have to at least announce your appearance online for the other party to see that you are here. Court registrar. Are you connected? Where is Adams? I thought he was connected. You don't have your phone or anything in court. Give him the password. You have Zoom on your system. Do you have Zoom? What is the business of the day, Mr. Adegboyega? Let me check your appearance. What's your name? Samuel Momo. G-I. Is it R or I? Ocholi. For Adegboyega, counsel for the judgment creditor is yet to link up to the Zoom.
As a call, please.
So let's just give him some few minutes. Are you connected? I can't see you. Where are you? I can't see you. Mr. Momo, use your audio. Are you the one with EA Dama? And then use your audio. Okay, I can see Samuel Momo. You are just trying to connect. Put on your audio and your video so I can see you. Yes. So go ahead. Mr. Idigbe.
Samuel, my lord, the matter was adjourned to today for our motion.
Yes.
The motion was filed on the 14th day of June, 2022.
Okay.
Yes, my lord. However, my lord, we have filed an appeal against the ruling of this honorable court delivered on the 15th day of June.
Okay.
We have also compiled and transmitted record.
Very well.
And accordingly, the appeal has been entered at the Court of Appeal as of the 21st day of July, 2022.
July
2022, my lord.
Very well. What do you have to show that it has been entered? Did you file any affidavit or facts stating all these facts?
No, my lord, we didn't. We believed that I was at the appeal registry yesterday to collect my own copy of the record. I have a copy of the record here with me, which has the appeal number and the date of.
You know why I asked that question, whether or not you have filed that, because you know I can't be looking at that online. I can't be that except if you have something to share. If it's something that you can, you know, if it's on your system that you can share, it will have been easier for the court to see.
I can forward a copy to the station registrar in Lokoja.
Very well.
I can forward a copy to his WhatsApp now to the station registrar.
Mr. Momo,
yes,
you have heard what Mr. Idigbe said. Is that a true position of things?
Yes, my lord. The principal counsel informed me that they have not received no notice of appeal with respect to what the counsel to judgment.
I don't want to hear my principal.
As the court places.
Tell the court what you know.
As the court places. My lord, we are not aware of any notice of appeal pending before the Court of Appeal.
Mr. Idigbe, you didn't furnish the respondent with a copy.
My lord, we served the respondent himself personally. We did not serve his lawyer, and that is what the law says, that the respondent himself must be served. And we have served him. I have proof of service. I can also forward it to the
forward both.
I would also forward it to because I would also
forward it to court.
Yes, my lord. And
then in the meantime, I wouldn't know whether, are you aware, Mr. Momo, if the Ganishi complied by dropping the check to the court? Court registrar. You're not aware if they drop any check in respect of this case. Go and call Adams and find out. Which bank is that? Let me see. Wait to. First Ganishi Unity Bank. Weather Council for Unity Bank. Well, in any case, in view of the fact that I don't have all the facts here, I jumped till October. Court registrar, what date in October? What date do I have a sitting in October?
12, my lord.
12. 12, is it convenient to both parties? 12 of October.
My lord, it's convenient for me.
How about you, Mr. Momo? 12 of October, 2022. Case adjourned to 12/10/2020.
Let's go, please. Let's go.
Call the next case.
Case number 4. NICN also between Mr. Abani and one Kogi State Civil Service Commission, the governor of Kogi State. 4. Kogi State Polytechnic. Claimant in court, my lord. Defendant absent.
Appearances. Go ahead.
I appear for the claimant. My name is J.O. Ajipole. The Lord, I appear with my colleague.
J.O.
Ajewole. Ajewole.
Benin Council, you are talking to the court and you are looking backwards. J.O.
Yes, Lord. With Ibukun court to expire for the claimant.
Any other appearance?
With utmost respect to my lord, B. Kadiri.
Very well.
Director of Public Prosecutions, Ministry of Justice, Kogi State.
Mr. Kadiri.
Yes, my lord.
From June till now, you have moved office.
Yes, my lord.
Okay. Because I know you announced your appearance as Director of Civil Litigation.
Yes, my lord.
Okay, Kogi State.
Ministry of Justice.
This seems to be a promotion.
Thank you, my lord.
Very well. Congratulations.
Thank you, my lord.
For the defendant.
For the defendant, my lord. Appearing with me are Iye Idama.
That's the new DCL.
Director, yes, this year. RL Ademu.
RM.
L. Labor.
L Ademu.
Ademu. Assistant Director. AT. Initials. AT. Adeka. Legal officer.
Ayega. Or is it Adeka?
Adeka. Adeka. ADEIKA.
Very well.
And VE. Initials. VE. Ayegba.
Very well.
Legal officer too, my lord. Lord, the case is slated for defense this morning.
Yes, are you ready?
We are very ready, my lord.
Invite your witness.
As court please. Hold it.
Administer the oath, court register. And before now, Mr. Kadri, do you intend to tender documents through this witness?
Yes, madam.
Arrange them. Have you arranged them as listed?
I'll do it now.
Give it to one of your colleagues with you to do that. And then possibly give it to Mr. Ajiwali to look through before you conclude preliminaries, for him to see if there's anyone that he might want to object to. Court registrar, administer the oath on the witness.
Your name? Sunday. I, Sunday Idoku Anyebe.
Swear in the name of Almighty God.
Swear in the name of Almighty God.
That the evidence I shall give in this case.
That evidence I shall give in this case.
Shall be the truth.
Shall be the truth.
The whole truth.
The whole truth.
And nothing but the truth.
And nothing but the truth.
So help me God.
So help me God.
My Lord, the witness has sung with the Holy Bible.
Very well. Mr. Kadri, when did you file your defense? 22nd of February?
Yes, my lord.
22?
Yes, my lord.
Very well.
It was
amended.
It was
Go straight to the sworn deposition of Mr. Sunday Idoku Kanyip. Mr. Kadri, go ahead.
Yes, madam. Please, can you try the
Go straight to his sworn deposition.
Stop, listen. You made your statement on oath. Your written deposition on oath on the 2nd day of February 2022. Tell the court what you want to do.
I want the court to adopt my statement as evidence in this case.
To adopt
Very well.
as your evidence in this case.
Documents you intend to tender through him. Has Mr. Ajewale gone through them?
I think he's going through them, my lord.
Mr. Ajewale,
Yes, Lord.
are you with the documents?
Yes, I'm with them, Lord. I'm just flipping through.
Are
them,
they all
Lord.
7 in number, Mr. Kadiri?
They are about 4 or 5, my lord.
Okay.
Some of the documents we intended to tender initially have
already been tendered by the claimant.
By the claimant.
Very well. Very well. So, Mr. Ajewale.
Yes, Lord, I've gone through the documents. I will be objecting to only one of them, and that is the.
Okay, so Mr. Kadiri, go ahead and tender the documents. Mr. Kadiri.
Yes, my lord.
Go ahead and tender the documents.
Okay, I can tender them.
Yes.
Okay.
Except if you intend to lay any you want your witness to lay any foundation.
We have already made reference to all the documents in the statement of my lord.
Very well.
Don't need further.
Very well.
We seek to tender the document titled request for the transfer of my file.
That's number 3 on your list of documents.
Yes, my lord.
Any other one?
Yes. This one is okay. Re-forwarding of Mr. Babani.
That's number 4 on the list.
A couple places. Then this one that we tend to tender now was earlier tendered by my learned friend, but the second copy will not be placed by the court registry. So I decided to do a certified true copy of same.
So that's number what?
That is, let me see.
That's number what on the list?
Redeployment, Mr. BJ Ashorishi. That should be, where's my list? I did the list of the documents.
The list of documents.
Yes, my lord, the list of documents.
Number what?
The document.
Just a minute. 18 October. Number 6, my lord.
Very well. That's
Yes, my
to
lord.
the head of service, 18th of August, 2015.
Yes, my lord.
Any other one?
I will seek to tender the 3 first before the 4th one, which he intends to object to, my lord.
Okay. So why don't you tender all? If he is objecting to it, so you answer, you give your own reply or response to it.
also seek to tender
document number.
a list of documents. Number one.
Number one, 6th January 2006.
Yes, my lord. Number one comprises of application letter and the attached curriculum vitae, my lord.
Very well. So there are 4 in all.
Yes, my lord.
Mr. Ajewale, which
Yes,
of
my lord.
them, which of the documents are you objecting to?
My lord, I'm humbly objecting to the curriculum vitae number 2 on the list of documents. But my learned friend cleverly now want to.
You are not tendering that.
Okay.
Or is it part of number 1 that is seeking to tender?
Let me see. They are together, my lord.
They are together.
They are together.
So you are objecting to document number 1, specifically the CV. Yes, because he said number 1 and 2 are together, that number 2 is part of number 1.
Okay. You know, I'm objecting to number 2, Lord. Or
you're objecting to the CV attached to the application.
I'm objecting to this.
Very well. What's the basis of your objection?
Humbly, my lord, my ground of objection is that the CV is a public record of a private document. And by section 102B of the Evidence Act, it ought to be certified. My ground of objection is section 102B of the Evidence Act, that the CV is a public record of a private document. It's already in the public domain. And therefore, for it to be admitted, it ought to be certified. It has become a public document.
Very well.
This, we are addressed on the ways it was not signed by anybody. By all accounts, document is a stranger. So every other document that has been thought to be tendered document. But my ground objection, my lord, is that first, it is not certified, and later, if need be, I will address the Lord on the way because it's not signed. It's a floating document over which nobody has responsibility.
Mr. Kadiri.
I don't know whether I can respond now.
If you so wish, or maybe you wait till your final written address. You can reserve that.
Okay, I intend to reserve my response to the final address, my lord, because I know that it is an original copy. An original copy requires no certification. It's original. And it is the law that a CV does not require in law to be signed.
You're already answering it.
I have the judicial authority with me here. The Court of Appeal or Supreme Court judgment, I have it with me, does not require certification. An original copy does not require, original copy does not require certification, and a CV does not require to be certified, my lord, to be signed, my lord. So I'll supply the necessary authorities at the right time.
Very well.
Thank you, madam.
All the documents sought to be tendered are admitted in evidence at the stage and marked as Exhibit S to S3. Mr. Ajewale may wish to further address the court in respect of the CV attached to Exhibit S in his
That's correct.
final written address, and Mr. Kadri is at liberty to react to same in his
That's
final
correct.
written address as well.
As call, please. I just managed the PJ. Somebody removed it.
Any other thing?
Another thing for this witness from me.
Court registrar. Collect the documents. Are you with the documents? Yes. The application letter dated 6th of January 2006 with the CV, do you have it?
Yes, Mr.
Mark it as Exhibit S, S as in sugar, S as in Sunday.
Yes, Mr.
Then have you marked it?
I've done that.
Letter dated 17 June 2015. Do you have it? Title request for transfer of my file.
Yes, Mr.
Mark it as Exhibit S1. S1. Then the letter dated 22nd of June 2015 titled Forwarding of Mr. Babani J. Ashoroshi's file to the Office of the Head of Service of the State. You have that?
Yes, Mr.
Mark it as Exhibit S2.
Mark.
Then the last one, a letter from Kogi State Polytechnic to the Head of Service, dated 18th August 2015. Redeployment of Mr. Bija Ashoroshi. Mark it as Exhibit S3. Very well. So when you are forwarding the final address, you forward that together with the final addresses. Cross-examination, Mr. Ajewale.
As call, please. Mr. Idigbe, the first defendant never at any time terminated the appointment of the fourth defendant never anytime terminated the appointment of the claimant. Yes or no?
The first defendant.
The fourth, my lord, four. Four, my lord,
Number 4. Okay.
Never at any time. And the answer is no.
But I will explain further.
No, never. By no means.
My lord, in the civil service situations, if person requests for transfer of service or secondment, and after the expiration of that date of approval, is expected to communicate the employer that gave him the approval, seeking if he will come back or not. But in this case, I'm talking to the so
Mr. Ajewale, you don't need to, forcefully cross-examine this witness. You've asked him the question, and if he's derailing, you can tell the court to get him to do the right thing. Defense witness.
Ma, your lord. Sorry, I'm sorry.
The question was that Kogi State Polytechnic never at any time terminated claimant's employment. True or false?
Is true.
Very well.
It's true.
Next question. Mr. Ajewale, unmute your system. Unmute your phone.
Okay. Mr. Ebe, by the four defendants, by the four defendants, scheme of service, by the rule of service, when an officer becomes secondary, and he
Mr. Ajewale,
yes, my Lord.
Focus on your system when you are talking, because when you move away from it, I won't hear you.
I'm sorry, my Lord.
He has ears to listen. You don't need to make an eye contact. Just let him talk. And you speak to the system so that I can, because I'm writing down the question as well as answers.
Ask officers.
Very well. So you're okay now. Go ahead with the question. Just a minute. I need to tell you, Mr. Ajewale, that parties in this case have joint issues. On most of the issues, you have joint issues. The defendant has responded, you have replied and all that. Just go straight to those areas that were not properly dealt with in your pleading. You don't need to ask more questions.
No, that's exactly what
documents, and if there are documents that can talk to it,
yes, my Lord,
that are before the court, you don't need to ask questions relating to it, except if you need to clarify something.
Yes, my Lord, this one is clarification.
Very well.
Somebody.
So go ahead.
Now, by the rule of the technique, if an officer or secondment defaulted by that rule, what is the fourth defendant supposed to
do? In this situation, this officer did not default. He completed his assignment there. He did not seek coming back to police. Rather, he wrote a letter that he wants to transfer his services to the head of service.
What was technically supposed to do?
Oh, he was no longer our staff. He wasn't our staff.
What are you supposed to do? If somebody you get, my Lord.
Mr. Ajewale, Mr. Kanyip, just a minute.
Has asked a question. And the witness is his question because it does not like the way a manner is going about.
That's what I want to point out to Mr. Ajewale. Mr. Ajewale, you have asked him a question.
Yes, my Lord.
And his answer was that the claimant did not default. You are asking what defendant they ought to have done if he defaulted. And he said that he didn't default in this case.
If he didn't default, I'm grateful, my Lord. Sorry, my Lord. He didn't default, my Lord. He went further to explain what he meant by he didn't default. By saying that after the expiration of his secondment.
That's what I was saying.
Allow him to talk.
Now, the question you asked, I told you when approval is given for secondment.
Listen, witness.
Yes, my Lord. My Lord.
You are not telling the lawyer who asked you the question. You are talking back to the court. So mind your language.
I'm sorry, my Lord.
Very well. You said that the claimant did not default and that is no longer your employee, your staff.
Yes.
Was that not what you said?
My Lord, that's what I said.
Very well. So, Mr. Ajewale, continue.
My Lord, I want to connect what he has not defaulted and no longer their staff. You take it. Yeah. Yes. The claimant transfer his salary from the court to the office of the head of service. They never at any time transferred from the defender to the head of service.
From the fourth defendant to the office of the head of service.
Yes. I'm sorry, my Lord. I was saying the fourth defendant not transfer his service from the fourth defendant to the office of the head of service.
Yes. And what's your answer?
That question, you allow the witness to answer. The Lord, I take strong objection. The Lord,
It seems both of you want to take over the proceeding.
Who are you to determine whether
Mr. Kadiri, listen to me. You don't need to interject. Mr. Ajewale has the floor now. So let him ask any question.
I'm grateful, my Lord.
If the witness doesn't understand a particular question, he can ask for the question to be rephrased or to be re-echoed for him to understand. Well, please, Mr. Kadri, don't interject. Witness, unmute your phone. Court register, unmute the phone for the witness. He has muted the audio. Like I said, Mr. Ajewale, you face your system when you are asking the question. Don't look at the witness.
I'm sorry,
because when you do that, I don't get the questions. So court registrar, unmute the phone that the witness is using. Yes, and let me see his face. Go ahead, let him sit down.
Okay. What I said was that he wrote for transfer of forwarding of his file from Kogi State Potent to Lokoja to office of the head of service. That was the only correspondence he had with the Polytechnic after he served from College of Education and Park, which we have the letter here. So in other words, none of his documents, both files on any document I will pull again, they are all moved to the head of service based on his request, which you have the letter forwarding it, the letter of request also.
Very well. Mr. Ajewale, continue.
Yes, I'm grateful, Lord. If I put it to you, transferring a file of an office on secondment, that is not transfer of file. Transferring an officer to the office that is not.
Yes. The file and all the necessary documents are the issue that a staff has with their own employer. So if the entire file is moved from there, that means he's no longer a staff of that establishment. His name can never be on the staff disposition list, neither can his name be on the payroll of the Polytechnic, because Polytechnic has nothing to do with such stuff, and that was what he did.
Mr. Ibe, what is the procedure of transfer of service? I'm sure you are a seasoned This is a bureaucratic. What is the procedure?
The procedure of transfer of service are there. The person will need to request if the file is still available with that employer, all the necessary documents. But in this situation, it did not request, and rather requested for the forwarding of his file to the head of service, which was done, and he has accepted it since then.
Mm-hmm.
I put it to you, Mr. Idigbe, that for an officer to transfer his service, he will make an official application, and he's transferring the office is transferring, and that's what officer in Kogi State.
And I'm saying that there must be document, the file that you are supposed to use. No, I'm talking as regards to the protecting establishment.
Right, for the to transfer to the head of service, an application. That office,
Mr. Ajewale, stop looking at the witness. Talk to your sister, because half of what you said I didn't hear. We have to get used to this system for now.
I'm sorry.
So talk to your system. Mm-hmm. Go ahead and ask. Mm-hmm.
Yes, ma'am.
You said you put it. Start from that.
Yes, I said the procedure of transfer through the office of head of service, civil service commission apply, and they have to record whether you are transferring, then you will probably transfer. In this case, this did not happen. This did not happen.
Well, the intention he had for asking us to forward his file to the head of service, he never communicated it to police. Rather, we move all the documents he asked with the police to the head of service. So police has nothing, has no record of it as our staff any longer.
So witness, are you saying that the claimant didn't write any application or any letter asking?
He wrote a letter.
He
wrote a letter asking for forwarding of the files, the necessary documents as regards to an employer and employee to the head of service, which is the mother ministry, the civil service what do you call it, authority.
And he didn't write any letter asking for transfer of service?
Well, since he has no record with us again, we didn't know.
No. Before asking that you should transfer the documents, the file, did he write any letter requesting for transfer of his service?
No. The only letter I wrote was forwarding of his file to the head of service.
But no letter for transfer of service?
At all, nothing.
Okay. Mr. Ajibale, continue.
Mr. Idigbe, what is the procedure for disengaging or terminating a staff of the fourth defendant?
Is there no document that stipulates the procedure, Mr. Ajibale?
The condition of service. I'm taking the address.
Very well. We'll go to the next question if you have any more.
Yes, I will see that. Mr. Ayebe, what is the requirement for an academic of the defendant
Is that not in their contract of service?
Condition of service.
Yes, is it not there? Did any of
Is there,
you
my lord?
of service?
I'm not used to it.
Mr. Ajewale, did you tender it?
I did, my lord.
You did. So you don't need to. That's what I'm saying. You don't need to ask questions that documents can speak to.
Okay, I'm grateful. So I will 2 questions, one. I will.
Very
From the rest of your knowledge, can the office of the head of service terminate the term of the body defender?
Well, I'm not in the head of service.
I don't know.
What was the question, Mr.
I say I'm
Ajewale?
not in the head of service.
Whether the office of the head of service in this state can terminate or retire a staff of the court defendant.
Okay.
You know, his answer is
you don't know, Mr. DW?
My lord.
Yes.
I think I'm not in the head of service. Polytechnic is a parastatus under the head of service.
And so you don't know?
Yes.
The last question, Mr. Ajewale.
Last question, Lord. Finally, Mr. Ajewale, the first defendant has no provision for rejection of staff. If a staff is seconded and the office is seconded to over, the court defendant is no provision for rejection of staff.
Well, it depends on the years of approval and the year that the individual seek to come back.
Please answer my question directly.
Yes, there is. There is. Yes. It's in our condition of service.
I put it to you, there's nothing like that. I put it to you, there's nothing to say to you. Already, it's an excellent. There's no protection. You say so. There's no provision that is asked for. No provision.
Then Mr. Ajewale, talk to that in your final written address.
That's my last question for him.
Very well. Very well.
Lord, I'm grateful.
Very well. Thank you. Mr. Kadri, any re-examination? Unmute your system. Unmute your audio. Unmute your audio. Yes, go ahead.
I still want to know his answer to the last question, my lord.
Whose answer? The witness.
The witness said.
The witness said yes, there's a provision in the condition of service. And Mr. Ajewale is saying.
Yes.
So whether it is yes or not, the condition of service is before the court. So the court will take a look at that.
That as an employee can be rejected. Go away. There are two different things, my lord. That is why I want to be.
Mr. Kadiri, whatever Mr. Ajewale says, whatever the witness says, cannot change what is in the condition of service. Can it?
Yes, my
So
lord.
it's the condition of service that will guide whatever it is
As cop,
that is the issue now.
I say I have an
We'll
addendum.
talk to it in the with regards to the condition of service in your final written. If there is a provision related
no
to that.
examination, my lord.
Do you have any other witness, or that's all? Is that the sole witness you intend to call? Is that the sole witness?
What are you telling me?
Is that the sole witness? DW are discharged.
Initially, I intended to call to witnesses, but this witness has covered the field. So this is our witness for the case, man.
Very well. DW, you are discharged. Defense case is closed.
That's completed.
What date for final addresses? 49 days.
Yes, we'll take our own 41 days.
41 days, 21 days. Then the defense officer will file first. Then the claimant will file upon receipt of the defense.
Yes.
Then the defendants will have a right of reply and point of law 7 days, 49 days. So court registrar, calculate 49 days from today.
49 days from today.
Is July 31 days? Yes, 31. 4 days in July plus 31. That's 35.
September 7, my lord.
September what?
7 September, my lord.
Very well.
Wednesday.
Network issue.
Parties are to write a simple letter adopting their final written addresses. These are, the final addresses and the letter should come in on or before the 7th of September 2022.
Ask God, please.
I said parties are to file their final written addresses. So Mr. Kadri, 21 days from today, you are to file your final written address. Serve an advance copy on Mr. Ajewale. 21 days upon receipt of yours, he will equally file. And then serve an advance copy on you. Then you have a right of reply and point of law within 7 days.
Thank you, my lord.
All things being equal, by 7th of September 2022, all the final addresses ought to have been filed with a letter of adoption. Because as at that date, the court will still be on vacation.
That's completed.
I'm sorry, my lord. Just meaning then, we are taking a date for judgment. They are not coming to formally
Yes. Yes. Your letter, in that letter, you will adopt it. Mr. Kadri may wait till after filing the reply on point of law, if need be, before writing the letter adopting both addresses, since he's going to have a second bite at the cherry.
Ask for please.
Divisional Registrar Law Project, immediately they file their final addresses, forward them to Abuja.
Yes, my lord. As court, this is my
And
lord.
the letters. Very well. Call the next case.
Case number 5, NICNL KG 32-2019, between Okoli Victor and 1 Sinoma International Engineering Company Limited, 2 Dangote Cement Company PLC, Obajana. Parties absent, my lord.
Appearances. Any counsel in court?
My lord, claimant in court.
Claimant present.
Yes, my lord.
Defendant absent.
Yes, my lord.
Appearances, counsel.
Please, my lord, sir. S. Ebenehi.
I can see you.
Please, how does my lord see me?
I can see Ebenehi. Nene counsel.
Yeah. Yes, my lord, sir. This S. Ebenehi, sir.
Ebenehi, what are the initials?
It's for honesty. S. Simeon. This S. Honesty. Simeon. Honesty. Ebenehi.
Yes, I've written Ebenehi, but I didn't get the initials correctly.
Yes. Honesty. Yes. Honesty.
Very, very well.
S is for Simeon.
Very well. S
is for Simeon.
Very well. You are for
the claimant, sir. Claimant.
Very well. Any other appearance?
Claimants. No, my lord, sir.
Most respectfully.
Defendant.
Most respectfully, my lord.
Yes.
Liman Sadi.
Sally who?
Sadi. My lord, I most respectfully.
Second defendant. Yes. Any other appearance?
Respectfully. No appearance.
No appearance for the first defendant.
Yes, my lord. Respectfully, my lord. The case is stated for defense.
Yes.
My lord, on our part, regrettably, my lord, we tried filing our process yesterday out of Kanyip. But we are told that by the rule of the court, we cannot file a day before.
Which process is?
We wanted my lord.
You've not entered appearance.
Yes, my lord. We wanted to file a appearance, statement of defense.
Since 2019.
Yes,
Since 2019, you have been sleeping. I'm waiting till the date of defense.
We are sorry, my lord. The circumstance.
Well, let me listen
we'll be filing our process today.
Mr. Benehi, what do you have to say?
Lord, according to the one I hold the brief for, I was told the service on the second defense was rejected. And there's an appeal on the first defendant. Sorry.
The first defendant is what?
Turn down the
service of the processes of care from them, and there is an affidavit to that effect, sir.
Mr. Ebenehi.
Yes, my lord, sir.
Yes, please talk to the court now. I didn't hear you earlier on. I asked about
the first defendant rejected the service
on him.
Yes,
my lord.
Learned counsel, you heard what Mr. Salihu said.
Yes, my lord, sir.
The matter is for defense today. Mr. Salihu had even said so, but he said that he wanted to file his defense since 2019. He thought it only fit to file the defense yesterday when the matter is coming up today for definite defense. So he's asking for time to. I'm asking you about your reaction to what he had said.
In the interest of justice, I will leave that to the discretion of the Honorable Court.
I won't leave that to the discretion. I won't allow you to leave that to the discretion of the court. You are the claimant counsel in this case. You filed these processes in 2019. They have been served, and they didn't deem it. They participated in the trial when your witness testified, and they didn't file their defense to date. I'm asking you, he's asking for another date. The matter is for defense today. So what do you want?
Would I be asking the court to foreclose them from further filing and processes? If they had all the time to do that.
Since what?
To be foreclosed.
Are you saying that the court should foreclose them?
Is
that what you're saying?
Yes, my lord.
What are your reasons?
Because they had all the time to have tried all the processes of court until now. But they have not been in time, and the courts are not keep waiting for them. Court cases. Because the answer is generally supposed to address after today.
Any reply on point of law?
Respectfully.
Any reaction to the issue of foreclosure?
Respectfully, my lord, I urge you to discount this application. This is because the defendant has a right to defend his suit. In fact, the defendant is entitled to fair hearing, and we have come to this honorable court. We have our process. We are filing. So it is evidence that issue between the parties are allowed to be. I urge you, in line with the defendant's right to hearing, that they are allowed to. In any case, we have a counter claim.
You have?
We have a counter claim.
Yes, you can go and file it as a fresh suit against the claimant.
God bless you, sir.
My lord, we have a motion that is ready to be filed. We have completed all the different fees that is supposed to be paid. Ordinarily, the process would have been yesterday, but we were told that the directive of the court that we could not. So I urge you to allow us in line with the rules of fair for us to take our, and we undertake very diligently. We only have one witness to take, and then we proceed to address them. That's that.
It is on record that this case was filed and served on the defendant since 2019. It was first mentioned on 23rd January 2020. Benin counsel for the second defendant appeared first on the 23rd of February 2021. He again appeared on the 18th of March 2021. On the 7th of December 2021, counsel for the defendant, second defendant, Saliu Esquire, participated in the trial of this suit. And on the 28th of April 2022, he cross-examined the claimant witness and consented to today's date for definite defense. He has consistently and deliberately failed to file the second defendant defense in this case, nor file any memorandum of appearance. The court ought not to have allowed him to participate in the trial, but this was overlooked in the overall interest of justice of this case to parties in the suit. Failure of the defendants to file defense to this suit since 2019 is deliberately a ploy to delay this suit and to prejudice the claimants. Justice is not only for a party, it is for all parties in the suit as well as the court. The refusal of the defendants to enter formal appearance or file defense in this case since 2019 and having been allowed to participate fully in the conduct of trial in this case is an indication that they do not intend to file any defense in this case. To allow them at this stage of the proceeding to file any process is like allowing them to benefit from their own wrong. Because the court is to ensure that justice is done to all parties in the case, counsel for the second defendant was in court at the last date when he cross-examined the claimant witness. If he intends to file a defense to this suit, he should have done so because the court actually asked him. And he said they do not intend to join issues. Even if he had changed his mind, you ought to have filed it immediately after the court sitting, which was on the 15th of June, 2022, more than a month ago. I wonder why a counsel will appear in court and refuse to file a single process. And at each date, he will be in court. This is a tactics that cannot be allowed to overly stretch the hands of justice. It is in the light of all said that the defendants, having been given ample opportunity to defend their case, yet failed to do so, that I find that since there is no defense filed before this court by the defendant as of today, since 2019, the defendant obviously have no defense in this case. It is in consequence that the defendants are hereby foreclosed. Parties are to file their final written addresses. What date? Court Registrar Lokoja, 49 days. Give me a date in October for adoption of final addresses.
October, my lord.
October for adoption of final address.
Yes, my 11th.
11th of October.
Yes, my lord.
Is that convenient for parties?
Yes, my lord, sir.
My lord is
Case adjourned by consent of counsel to 11th of October, 2022 for definite adoption of final written addresses. Hearing notice to be served on the first defendant. Proof is to be filed. Call the next case if there is any other case in the Lokoja.
That's all for today. That's all for today, my lord.
Very well, I rise from Lokoja.
Court.